Your Money or Your Life by Vicki and Joe Dominguez. Based on the average remaining life expectancy from the US National Center for Health Statistics, a 30-year-old person, on average, has 438,876 hours remaining in their life. A 50-year-old has 276,816 hours remaining. The only real asset you have in life is your time, the hours of your life. Time is precious and should be valued. Vicki refers to the hours in life as a person's life energy. Every hour spent is an hour that can never be reclaimed. The typical lifestyle these days is a lifestyle of aspirational luxury. People work hard, take on more stress, and spend less time with their families to support a luxurious lifestyle and the pursuit of material possessions. This lifestyle costs money, and money is life energy. When a person goes to work, they are trading their time for money. So, when something is bought, it is really bought with life energy disguised as money. Calculate your real hourly wage. How much do you actually make through your job? Let's say a person earns £40,000 per year and works 40 hours per week. Therefore, 40 hours per week is 2,080 hours per year, which equates to roughly £19 per hour. But how much do you actually earn after you factor in the full cost of working? First, there is the extra time required to do a job, commuting to and from work, time spent decompressing in the evening, time worrying about work, answering or checking emails at the weekend, and so on. Next, there are the additional costs that you wouldn't need to spend if you weren't working. Fancy new clothes for work to impress colleagues, lunches out, commuting costs, cleaners and gardeners to look after your home because you are too busy to do it yourself, childcare, etc. After these costs are factored in, the real hourly wage is often a lot less than people think it is. In this case, it may be as low as £10, for example. Everything that we buy is traded for life energy. Therefore, every purchase should be considered in terms of how many hours a person needs to work in order to pay for it, and the real hourly wage should be used when making these decisions. For example, imagine this person is considering whether to upgrade to a new £1,000 smartphone. When using the real hourly wage, this would equate to around 100 hours of work at £10 per hour. Therefore, it would probably be better value to just stick with your current phone for a bit longer when framed in this context. How much is enough? If you don't learn how much is enough, then you'll never be satisfied in life. Discovering how much is enough requires you to ask some crucial questions. Things like, what makes you happy? What is most important to you? And what values will you never compromise? Vicki discusses the fulfillment curve. This looks at money spent and the fulfillment received from that spending. After basic survival is met, each additional dollar increases fulfillment past the comfort level and provides certain luxuries until a certain point is reached where fulfillment begins to plateau. This is your enough point. Everyone has a different enough point, but research has suggested that beyond a certain level of sufficiency, more money does not buy more happiness. Currently, this income level is estimated to be around $75,000 or around £56,000. An intentional, clear and empowered relationship with money is the real key to success. The more satisfied you can become on a lower cost lifestyle, the more money you can save and invest, leading to financial independence earlier. Once financially independent, a person no longer has to trade life energy for money, and they can focus on activities and pursuits that align with their values. Redefining work. What is work? When people think of work, they usually think of earning money. But work can also provide a number of other things, such as security, tradition, contribution to society, acquiring new skills and learning, power, status, socialization, providing structure and order to life. Work can be split into two separate functions, financial and personal. Most people refer to paid work when they're thinking of a job, which is the financial aspect, as the personal function can be achieved through non-working activities. Vicki explains that most are not really making a living from their work. Do we come home from work feeling refreshed and excited to live life and spend a great evening with family or friends? Or are we exhausted, stressed and depressed? Where is all that life that we were supposed to be getting from making a living at work? Instead, most people are making a dying, not a living. We are spending our life energy on this activity called a job in the hope that it will bring us meaning, fulfillment and happiness. We say we value things like friends, family and experiences, but our actions do not reflect our values. Most people are aware of what activities will lead to long-lasting fulfillment and happiness. However, they spend most of their hours devoted to their jobs. If someone pointed a gun at you and demanded your money, pretty much everyone would hand over their wallet to keep their life. However, the reality is that many of us are choosing to give up our life for more money. If you dream of doing other things instead of spending majority of your life's energy on activities that don't align with your values, then maybe you should ask yourself one simple question: your money or your life?